Hello, chess family. It's me, National Master Jesse James. It's time for another instructive game. All right, in this one, we're going, 500 years in theory. We're going to look at a game from Greco, one of my favorite chess players of the past. He's from Italy or around in that area around the 1600s. So, yes, this is very, very old theory over here. With that being said, let's go and take a look. Here we go. This is the Rook Gambit in the Ponziani. Here we go with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. We start with our Italian right here, bishop c4. And here, well, there's two different openings for black to choose. He can go ahead and play knight to f6, the two knights defense, or he can play bishop to c5 over here. And here he goes for the Gioco piano. And here, well, white has a few different choices here too. Here they could play the opening. I like the Evans Gambit with pawn to b4, sacrificing a pawn for a very nice attack. With that being said, Greco does not need to. He goes ahead and plays pawn to c3, the Ponziani. And, well, knight to f6 gets played attacking the pawn. Now, the theory here is so dense, you can understand why the theory is so old. Well, they've been working on this for quite a long time. Here, what do you play? One of the best ways to get an advantage here is to play pawn to d4. Okay, if you don't take back, you're just losing. So e takes d4, c takes d4. And here black's best move, or only move to keep the game going, is bishop to b4 check here. Okay, well, at this point, white is going to block. But how to block over here? Here white chooses one of the moves I like the most, the knight to c3. Now this is definitely a gambit line because, well, here black can already win a pawn with knight takes on e4, which is what happens in the game. But there's many moves here to choose from. With that being said, knight takes c4 gets played. And here, well, Greco doing his work was able to figure out the best move here. What do you play here? Believe it or not, we're just going to go ahead and castle here. Yes, it does not matter about trying to defend over here. Don't get me wrong, there are some moves to play here. Queen b3 does get played quite a little bit. Pawn to d5 has been tried, although I think that is a true gambit line here as it's going to be giving up the rook. With that being said, castles I do love the most here. And here, knight takes on c3, and this is already heading down a bad line for them. Because, well, taking the first pawn is okay. The second one, not so good. You must really know your theory, and, well, yeah, you're going to be fighting for your life at this point. All right, if we don't take back with white, we're just losing. So pawn takes on c3, and here, bishop takes on c3 here, and this is the problem. Here, black had to say, you know what, this was not the best way to go ahead and play something like pawn to d5 here. At this point, the game is about even. Why is bishop takes c3 so bad? Well, if you haven't seen it already, sack the rook. Here it is white to move and get the advantage. And there's a few moves here you can play to get the advantage, but here Greco goes ahead and plays queen to b3 for a double attack, attacking the bishop and attacking the pawn here on f7. Oof. Hey, I'm sure the NN is thinking, hey, I just attacked your rook. What are you doing? Oh, and for those of you who don't know, NN means not known. Sometimes in chess history, we do not write down our opponent's names. I'm sure you have done that a few times. So unfortunately, we don't know who the player with black was. All we do know is that Greco was playing with the white pieces. And yes, he's playing against the very famous not known person. So here after queen b3, yeah, black's just like, okay, can't I just take the rook here on a1? And they've done that many times and they've lost a lot of times over here. With that being said, yes, after bishop takes on d4, you can also play bishop takes on f7 check. It's okay, but not the best. Queen to b3 check over here. Excuse me. So here we go. After queen to b3 got played, black does not take the rook here. After bishop takes on a1, there's another game that I'll be looking at where Greco goes ahead and wins the game here too. With that being said, we're looking at the game where they took on d4 this time, as they kind of already knew that there was something afoot here because, well, who gives up a rook for nothing, especially against a strong opponent? All right, so after bishop takes d4, of course, we're going to take on f7 check here. The king goes to f8, and this is the whole problem. The king is just so badly placed here. White's going to have some good developing moves, and black really just can't defend. And one of the main reasons he can't defend is because look at the pieces. They're all asleep. It's really hard to defend if you don't have enough pieces out yourself. All right, so what do you play here? A few moves to play, but again, I always like the way the masters play it. Bishop g5 developing with a free tempo right here. And here, black is forced to go ahead and play bishop to f6. Knight to e7. Well, what do you do with this one? Yeah, you're just going to go ahead and take on d4 here. So here, you have to play your bishop back to f6, or else the queen will just be trapped over here. Bishop f6 gets played. And, well, let's go ahead and develop with the threat. Rook A to E1. I'm sure Greco had this memorized and wrote the theory for this himself. Here now there is a new threat of rook to E8 for checkmate. So you can't just go ahead and grab a piece here with knight takes and queen takes, as rook E8 will end over here. And there's even, like I said, just a simple threat of rook to E8 winning the queen here. So because of this threat, well, he went ahead and played knight to E7 right here. And now, well, bishop to H5 gets played. Here, a very strong move, moving the bishop away and now threatening queen to F7 for check and mate. Oof. Black is really already on his last heels here. Here, well, he pretty much is forced to play knight to G6. Anything else to try and block is just not going to be good for you. If pawn to D5 gets played, now you get this amazing move here. Rook takes on E7. Queen takes on E7. And rook over to E1, again threatening the checkmate. And, well, you might think that maybe we can just go grabbing over here. This does not work either. You just have lost too much material in this position, and the checkmate threats are just too strong. The king is just too weak here. So, after bishop to H5, Black went ahead and tried knight to G6 here, saying, please, oh please, can I play D5 now? I would kill for just one extra tempo in this position. But here, Greco does not let up. He goes ahead and plays. Well, this is a very nice move here. Knight to E5. How beautiful is this? Notice all the different pins in this one move. Can the knight take here on E5? Yes, you're more than welcome to. It is now forced mate. Rook takes on E5. Rook E8 check is being threatened. Queen to F7. Checkmate's being threatened. That's why there's no time for the bishop to take over here. Okay, can't we take on G5? Well, with the knight to E5, we also came with the queen to F7 checkmate, so I don't recommend it. Is there any other moves that you can play in this position? I guess no good ones. Here, well, in the game, he went ahead and did play the knight takes on E5 here. And, well, white just crushed through with rook takes on E5. Okay, pawn to G6 got played to try and block. And here, well, the forced checkmate is already in progress. Bishop to H6 check. Bishop to G7. And here, a very nice move here. White to move. Can you find the final winning combination here? 6 moves to win. There actually is 1, 2, 3 winning moves here, but can you find the most glamorous move? I challenge you. Alright, hopefully you push pause and try to figure it out. I know a lot of people here are saying queen to F3 check. Yes, this one does work. If the queen tries to block over here, oh my gosh, you just take right here, right? It's in a pin, so that does not work. If the king goes over to G8, here we have a lot of different ideas. Rook Fe1. Basically, you're just going to be winning with development here. But the one I like the most, the one that got played in the game by Greco, is rook to F5 check here. What a beautiful idea. Here you can see that the pawn cannot take because, well, queen to F7 will just be checkmate. It's in a nice little pin right there. And here the king really has nowhere good to go to. You can definitely try to run up to E7. Now the whole party's coming in. Rook to E1 check. King to D6 with queen to D5 for mate. And, well, Queen F6, the final move here to try and get out of this. Again, just loses easily. Here, rook takes on F6 check. King over to E8. Again, the bishop cannot take due to the pin. So king to E8. And again, we're just going to bring in our friends. Rook E1 check. King to D8. Bishop G5, threatening mate in 1. Rook to E8. Rook F8 check. Of course, the rook cannot take because of the check over here. And, well, only one move here for Black. Black has to interpose with bishop to F6. And here we play bishop takes on F6 for check and mate. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video.